There's a power out there, a special kind of magic to be discovered, to be unlocked. We find it on the summits and in the valleys. We find it on the trails and rivers, amidst the giants and across the plains. And the further we go and the deeper we get, the more connected we become to the land, to ourselves, and to each other. We're humbled and yet empowered by our unique place within this awe-inspiring creation. It makes us feel truly alive. It's why we get out, push further, and keep chasing the wild. This is what we live for. I'm Chris Burkhardt, and thanks for joining us on this historic day for Polaris and the off-road community. There have been many milestones for Polaris over the years. The constant pursuit of innovation has resulted in a timeline marked by industry firsts, influential benchmarks that shape how we experience the great outdoors, how we get out, go further, and unlock that magic. Today marks yet another milestone for Polaris as we unveil an all-new vehicle brand and lineup that carves an entirely new path for the off-road industry. It's a vehicle that takes no cues from predecessors, but instead leads the way for an entirely new side-by-side category of adventure vehicles that take us further than we ever imagined and truly elevates our outdoor pursuits. Introducing the all-new Polaris XPEDITION. This is a side-by-side unlike any other. The Polaris XPEDITION is the first vehicle to take side-by-sides into the realm of overlanding, unlocking experiences well beyond the trailhead and taking you deeper into the backcountry than ever before.
Keep chasing the wild. Inspiration was invented outdoors. Those 4 missed calls and 13 unread messages can wait until Monday. Give some 1 million feet of dirt before the fuel runs out. 3,000 branches that don't care what color your paint job is. 42 new turns will undoubtedly take you to your next favorite hideaway. This hotel has 5 billion stars. It packs 163 moments lived once, forever told. You feel most alive out here. Introducing the all-new Polaris XPEDITION. Keep chasing the wild.
Bottom line, the Polaris XPEDITION can get you places that other vehicles cannot. And that's because it delivers all the performance capabilities you'd expect from a side-by-side. The power, suspension, and handling to tackle the widest range of outdoor terrains, and combines them with durability, comfort, and cargo capabilities for overlanding at the highest level. It's the ultimate adventure vehicle for those driven to keep chasing the wild. Today, we're going to give you an inside look at what this vehicle is all about and the incredible things it can do. First of all, this vehicle is extremely adaptable. It was specifically designed to offer the widest array of setups to enable and enhance the widest range of outdoor pursuits. Camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, kayaking, mountain biking, whatever your passion, the Polaris XPEDITION will enable the highest level of outdoor adventure thanks to its incredible cargo capabilities, storage solutions, and the broadest range of accessories Polaris has ever developed. And one of the highlights of this vehicle's adaptability is the Lock and Ride Max system. Comfort is another huge part of the Polaris XPEDITION. No doubt, one of the first things you're likely noticing on this 5-seat ADV model is the level of coverage this vehicle possesses. You don't typically expect full roof coverage from tip to tail, windows or air conditioning and heating with a typical side-by-side. But Polaris XPEDITION offers all of that, and it's customizable, so you can have all that protection from the elements when you need it, but when you don't, you can convert it to a setup that's more exposed, like you'd expect from traditional side-by-sides. And of course, if you're gonna get deeper into the backcountry and take your adventures farther, you're gonna need a vehicle that's capable and performs against whatever Mother Nature throws its way. Polaris XPEDITION delivers this in spades, with a fuel range of more than 200 miles, 114 horsepower, and 14 inches of ground clearance combined with Fox suspension to take on the widest variety of terrain and conditions. All right, I'm now joined by Polaris Product Director, Dave Ilya. Dave, you spent quite a few years in the development of this incredible new vehicle. I would love to know, what was the motivation and the inspiration behind creating the new Polaris XPEDITION?
Yeah, so we've been following the adventure and overland space for quite some time. And if you think about, it's just rad how the popularity of outdoor sports and hobbies have just been growing the past few years.
Totally.
And so it made us think that there's an opportunity out there that a side-by-side could be the right solution for them. If you think about it, they're always taking gear with them. They're trying to get further in the backcountry, take their family and friends, and a side-by-side is totally a solution.
Right, and in the past, when we think of side-by-sides, we often think of like the adrenaline and excitement you get from the Razor, or maybe the utility of, getting things done around the property with the Ranger. But this is something totally different. I mean, this carves a totally new path. So again, what was kind of the idea behind bringing the Polaris XPEDITION into this market with these other vehicles you already have?
Honestly, Chris, we were motivated by guys like you, adventures that really push the bounds and they go further and they take their gear with them.
Love that.
We developed the Polaris XPEDITION to really have the ultimate combination of off-road capability and performance. So it's still a ton of fun, but you can bring all your gear with you. It's got massive storage, it's got the comfort. And so internally, we coined it the 72-hour adventure, right?
Totally,
yeah, so everyone's got a weekend that they can go and get away, get out of the daily grind, get off the grid, and enjoy some family time.
All right, Dave, well, I'm really excited to check these things out. Will you give me a peek?
Absolutely, let's do it. Chris, this is our ADV 5-seat North Star model. So you can see it's completely enclosed cab from the front all the way to the back tailgate, which just gives it that massive storage space, but also the comfort of heating and air conditioning.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't kidding when you were talking about full customization. Like, this is incredible. The amount of accessories is nuts.
With the lock and ride system, you can literally take accessories on and off. And we talked about making it adaptable. So if your adventure changes from weekend to weekend, or you need to adjust what you're doing, our accessory line of over 100 accessories, and the vehicle is set up to do that. It can adapt to what you're looking for.
And the interior basically has been completely redesigned. I mean, this is like nothing Polaris has offered in the past.
Yeah, this is really next level interior, right? We talked about comfort and how important it is for that 72-hour adventure, right? You're gonna be out there for a few days. We had to make it comfortable. That all started with a seating position. We've actually brought the seats in and down so you feel in the vehicle a little bit more. We added adjustability. It's got 6 inches of adjustment so it fits riders. It even has telescoping steering.
No way, wow.
So it's got GPS, ride command technology, and a JBL audio system as well.
And what, I mean, I know this is your baby, so what is your favorite part of this whole rig? Like, what is the one feature you just love the most?
Well, we talked all about its storage, right? And that is all provided by the configurable rear seating in the back.
Cool.
Yep. So the seats flip up, you got a flat floor back there that you can tie things down to. Or if you need a large flat storage area, the rear seats actually flip forward, you got a completely flat area.
This is incredible because being able to oscillate between taking your family out versus going on a solo adventure with friends, being able to have kind of a dust-free environment in the back where you can lock stuff up, that's so cool. I mean, I really am excited about getting into one of these and trying it out.
We tried to think about everything, like you just said. The doors are lockable, hatch is lockable. It was designed for adventure, right? It started with the Rhino Rack flat roof, and you can take from tents to kayaks. You're comfortable inside. It's got the 200-mile range. It's a great package for your next adventure.
So this is the flagship ADV model, but we have an XP right over here that's set up for mountain biking, right?
Yep,
Check this
let's
thing
go
out.
check that one out.
Man, this thing is a beast.
Yeah, so this is our 2-seat XP Ultimate model, right? So the same great chassis, suspension, powertrain that we just talked about in the ADV, but in a shorter wheelbase. Check out those Fox shocks that really soak up the bumps And here you can really see how much ground clearance it's got with those high clearance A-arms, 14 inches of travel. And then don't forget, every Polaris XPEDITION comes from the factory with a winch and a bumper, so you're totally trail ready right from the showroom floor.
And so the interior, it's built off the same interior specs as the ADV, correct?
Exactly, same interior. What you notice different on the Ultimate trim level is it's got the half door. So we talked about, if you like that open air experience, half doors are the way to go for you. And then it still has accessory front rear windshield that you can take on and off to your liking.
And so you can still get the XP in a 4-door model if you want more space, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can still get a 4-door, 5-seat XP.
No way.
You can also get in a North Star model as well.
Well, then what's the major difference between the XP and the ADV?
So let me show you in the back. We'll show you the difference between XP and ADV. So what makes XP stand apart is, much like our other side-by-sides today, it's got a dumping rear cargo box. So if you happen to be hauling gear or you're a hunter and you want your storage outside of the enclosed cabin, then the XP is for you.
And the best part about this thing is that you got space for mountain bikes with a 2-inch hitch.
Yeah, you got a 2-inch hitch, so you can throw accessories in there, take your bikes, you're ready for the trail, whether you're on 2 wheels or 4 wheels. And with all this massive storage that adjusts and comes in and out, you're really ready.
This is epic, man.
Yeah.
It seems like the hardest part is going to be deciding between the XP and the ADV.
Hey man, we just built it. That's going to be your decision.
It sure is, man. Thanks so much for the walkthrough, buddy.
You bet. Thank you.
You know, it's one thing to hear about this vehicle from the people who designed and developed it. It's another thing to put it in the hands of world-class outdoor adventurers and see what it does for them. That's exactly what we did with the Polaris XPEDITION and 2 incredible athletes. First up, championship mountain biker Brandon Semenek.
My name is Brandon Semenek. I'm a professional mountain bike and motorsports athlete. Yeah, it's been an honor to be one of the first people to experience the Polaris XPEDITION machine. You know, we get to take it out to this unique location and really put it to the test. Obviously, we threw a bike rack on, get the bike on the back, simple. It's got a 2-inch receiver in the back, nice big bed, so you can throw gear in there, tools. We got a tool rack on the top, threw a shovel and a rake up there just so we can patch some stuff while we're riding today. Personally, I figured the best way to test this thing would be to do what I normally would do, using it to get up in the mountains, difficult terrain to like maneuver, but you know, somewhere where we ride often and you know, we might encounter some different surface types and things like that. It's easy to look at this machine and just see it as an adventure machine and the cargo capabilities and all that, but honestly, I got in and it was like the driver positioning is so good. Like it just felt so comfortable, especially coming from motorsports. I felt like I'm like almost in a race car. That's like the biggest upgrade to me, is just the confidence it inspires when you sit there. It's really comfortable, it's really stable, it's gripping and it's balanced well. You turn and it doesn't understeer, it doesn't oversteer. It definitely inspired confidence when trying to go further. My final thoughts on this thing is that I don't know if I want a 2-door or a 4-door. It's unreal. It's such a cool machine, and again, it's so comfortable, but the rider experience is just as good as any other side-by-side I've been in. Like, just because it has power windows, you know, carpeted roof and heating, and it still feels like you're like on an adventure. It still feels like a side-by-side. I would say this Polaris XPEDITION is just like the perfect balance of comfort meets performance.
Brandon's pretty incredible. Now we go from mountain biking to kayaking. Let's see what happened when Rush Sturgis got a chance to put the Polaris XPEDITION through the paces.
We're out here in southern Washington, exploring some back roads and accessing some of the best whitewater in the state. My name is Rush Sturgis, and I'm a professional whitewater kayaker. As kayakers, we like to access remote locations. So for us, the Polaris XPEDITION is tailor-made for that. Like the name says it all. This gets you into the outdoors, and for us as kayakers, we spent a lot of time on dirt roads out in the middle of nowhere trying to get to these remote locations, and for us this is a really cool tool to do that. Getting in this vehicle and sitting in it, there is a ton of space. It feels super comfortable. I feel like I could drive off-road on this thing for hours, and it also has a bump and sound system, which I really did not expect at all, so that's always a big bonus for me. I love music. One of the most legitimate things about this vehicle for us is this incredible rack system on top. It's super sturdy. You can really wrench the boats down and not worry about them coming off. For me, seeing this thing for the first time, I was really blown away with how much space it actually has. It looks like you could put all your gear in there. I mean, this thing is a game changer for off-road vehicles.
The all-new Polaris XPEDITION literally stands alone, creating an entirely new adventure vehicle category for side-by-sides that not only enters the landscape of overlanding, but takes adventures farther and deeper than ever before. There simply is no other side-by-side that offers this combination of adaptability, comfort, and performance capability. The Polaris XPEDITION will make its retail debut at a Polaris dealer near you this summer. For more information about this latest off-road innovation from Polaris, simply visit polaris.com. I'm Chris Burkhardt. Thanks for joining us, and keep chasing the wild.